This could be a really good selling point for a lot of people who maybe like this layout, and then you get the added benefit of having some 2.0 USBs in the back. Ignore the case here. I don't know if the case is the final case. That's the only detail I don't know about this board. But today we're doing the Petrichor from James from AKB. He's the designer there. This should be a fun one today. It's a layout everyone likes. I always find with this particular layout, we get some really, really good feedback on it. Also, the price is gonna be pretty good too. The price should be around $250. The website right now, I believe, states $235, but then I have a conflicting piece of article that says $250. I'm assuming it's gonna start at $235. But I'm also, again, I have a conflicting article, like piece of information that I received that says $250. So we got the price down to $230, even better. It's gonna start in June. Exact dates seem to still be TBD. And then it's an 8-degree typing angle, gasket mounted, aluminum top and bottom, brass internal weight. Keep in mind, this is with the bump-ons. It's going to be a 20 mil effective front height. Pretty damn good still. QMK and VIA compatible. Pretty standard fare, I'd say. There's going to be an RGB LED indicator daughter board and USB 2.0 pass-through, which is a fun feature that we don't actually get to see too often in keyboards. When's the last time we saw a pass-through? Let us take a look at this guy. Ooh, so this has also been used before, guys. So if we see some scratches and stuff, oh, this is nice. If we see a few scratches, then ignore it. Look at this. Love the green. We've been getting some nice green keyboards lately. Like this is got a little cherry lip on the front. Okay. Little cherry lip going on. Oh yeah, this is a nice front height. And usually effective front height, if I'm correct here, I'm pretty positive I am, means with the keycaps. Side profile looks nice. Get, again, very subtle cherry lip on the front, which is beautiful. Little box on wedge with a kind of an exaggerated seam there, which is very pretty. And then there's the USB pass-throughs, which is super cool. Yeah, it's also a prototype. Yeah, keep that in mind. Some USB pass-throughs. Again, we don't get to see this very often on keyboards. Last time I saw this was on the Type B. That's nice. Yeah, it's nice. This is very pretty. And then, I don't know if we have it today in the box, but James has this thing where he puts stickers, or AKB has this thing where they put these really cool stickers. I don't know if we have it. Let's see. I don't think we do. Okay, I don't think it is. But there's this really awesome sticker that goes in the back of this. You don't obviously have to put it, but it's super awesome. So I wish I could show you guys today. It doesn't look like it's in the box. Maybe I'll uncover it somewhere, but it's a standard anodized finish. Doesn't feel or look or anything weird. And again, this is an F-rowless, 1800 keyboard. So some people might be a big fan of that layout. I know I am personally. Again, very awesome layout here. Included in this particular piece, and we'll go over some other little things too. We have an FR4 plate, some foam, the gaskets, PCB, little hot swap action going on here. More foam. I just dropped something. Cable. And then we have the daughter boards. Some stabs. More stuff here. And then one final connection here too. Okay, so we got everything I think out of here. I mean, even the indicator LEDs over here, like, I think these are really, really cool too. It's always fun to have some indicator LEDs. There is the aluminum plate on the inside, but we also have the FR4. What do I use for a plate? I'm not too sure. The only thing that might piss off a few people is the no full zero key, which I personally don't mind. I think that's a totally fine thing for me, but I know that last time I did a board like this where there was no full zero, it turned some people off that there was no full zero. So the hot swap version anyways, in terms of options, we get split backspace on here, which is an interesting option to have. We have a bunch of different options for the numpad over here, options for the bottom row, but no split option. I wonder if that's in the change note. I'm kind of smudged there's no split option. There's also a few errors with the prototype, which if I do encounter, I'll refer back to the errors, but all of them are going to be amended for the final thing here. So the green is beautiful. Yeah, it's a very pretty green. Ooh, look at the reflection, how it hits the light there and then bounces back. That's pretty saturated. It's kind of cool. I think we're going to use the FR4 plate today. We have aluminum and FR4. I think the FR4 might be the better choice. Is it an old proto or a new GB? This is a new product that we'll be releasing sometimes in June. So the fact that this board is even going to be below their original estimate is crazy. There's obviously some fun talking points for this, by the way. One of the fun talking points for this is the USB pass-throughs. The bigger talking points for me at the moment, the price point is around $230, which makes it even more attractive. Oh, I see what they did. They put the gaskets on the bottom of the case. I would assume if I was to build this, I'd probably put it all on the plate, but looks like they did it on this guy here instead. Oh, that's interesting. They got a daughter board on the inside here. Okay, so we need to apply those gaskets onto that PCB. So this goes like that, and then we have to put this here, and this goes like, oh no, yeah, would that go like that? No, this goes like that, my bad. Okay, I like what they did here though, that's pretty cool. All right, let's do this. So, I don't have all the screws unfortunately, so I'm just gonna use the screws we're given here. They did mention, by the way, that the cable's gonna be a bit short for this potentially. So they told me to not worry about that. So if we kind of struggle a little bit today, it's only because, I mean, they did warn me that it's gonna be a little awkward to put in, but they will be fixed for the final variation, FYI. I know this is a very minor detail, but I actually really like this on the inside here. I think this is a very clever way to hide everything and make the internal of the keyboard just seem really big. So I kind of like this. This is nice. There is going to be a Molex connector here. You can hate it or love it. I'm not going to go super hard on criticizing those anymore because I think everyone gets the point with them. I would still prefer a JST, but not the end of the world. Yeah, I like the inside of this. This is very clean to me. It's very like thoughtful. I like that a lot. So this other wire gets put here. So they have a wire on the top for the LEDs as well. Which, I'm going to be honest, I like that they did that, but also at the same time, I feel like it's almost a little unnecessary, but I don't think this is adding to cost at all. Basically, it's the Molex connector, you put it onto this. Usually with these type of boards, you see LEDs just on here and then some sort of like foam that goes around it to help guide the light. I guess I don't mind what they did here, but it just feels like one extra wire that might be a little bit of a nuisance, you know? So I'm assuming we have to put that one there on first, and I think this gets fed through here. All right, so this is a little bit of a tricky one. This is why they're making this particular one a little longer, because now I have to very carefully slot this into here. And again, they've already thought this through. They're making this longer. They said it's super possible, just very awkward. And that's why they're gonna make it a hair bigger. Our apologies will be corrected in the production units. Thank you, UPAS. Don't worry, I've already let everyone know this will be corrected. It's okay. But yeah, it's definitely a little, it's just major awkward for sure. It's weird. This one here's really long though. I feel like this cable is like maybe way too long. Yeah, perfect, it's working. So, oh, look at that. Little LEDs turning on and off. Cool. My only small little bit of criticism is the hot swap. Has all these options, but not step caps. Bit of a smudge. This does look really good. Oh wow, that does look nice. They did a good job with this. I mean, it has that beautiful cherry lip on the front. Everything's nice and rounded too, so there's no real like harsh, sharp edges, which is, I think that's a nice like tactile feeling when you're touching the board too. It has a bit of an exaggerated seam, which I genuinely enjoy in some boards. Like, I think it makes stuff look very, very pretty as well. Nice side profile. And then I think this is a cool selling point for a lot of people. The thing is, I don't really have anything to show you guys with this. But this could be a really good selling point for a lot of people who maybe like this layout, and then you get the added benefit of having some 2.0 USBs in the back. So yeah, you could just literally plug in a macro pad, something like that. Would be cool for a wireless mouse. Yeah, I mean, that's a great little thing you could do with it too. I mean, you're gonna have to obviously make sure it's okay to use a 2.0, but. So we're using cherry blossom switches. This is the Petrichor. We're using FR4 plate. We're using the designer's recommended gaskets, or gasket layout rather, which is 6 on the top plus the sides, 5 on the bottom minus the spacebar one. The front height apparently is a 20 millimeter effective front height, which is, you know, pretty nice actually. It already feels, even with the desk pad, very comfortable. I don't have to float my wrists at all. In terms of comfort level here and, you know, softness of typing, with the FR4 plate, believe it or not, it actually does have a little bit of a bounce to it. So again, not the usual intention of putting gaskets in, but I think that the plate here and also the softness of the gaskets are playing into that a little bit. This is no foam, but let's see what this sounds like. Honestly, very nice. It's a little different than we normally... I want to hear the mods. It has more of an undertone, like it's not quite like super bright and clacky, but it's like that very nice like mid-level sound signature. Yeah, this is not overly bright. Maybe the shift key is the only key I'm not like super in love with, but which is the small shift here, but everything else feels very consistent. There's a slight, I'd say like minimal hollowness to it, but it actually kind of adds to the sounds. It makes like the sound signature that well-rounded. This is hot swap, so let's try a different switch for the spacebar to see how that completely swaps out the sound, if anything. Yeah, and obviously this varies depending on the switch you end up buying too, right? So, I got this cool switch here. Never seen it before. Cherry. It's been modded already. I'll use this one, I think. I think it's called the Nixie. Ooh, I like this one here more a little bit. I still really like this, but this is a little bit more fun. It's more punchy. I gotta start using these switches more. All right, I'll look into buying some. Okay, Nixie sounded exactly as I expected though. On a not troll note, exactly how I expect it. We'll try an Obscura and we'll try a Milky Yellow. I feel like those are good baselines to tell if a keyboard sounds really good for a spacebar. Ooh, the Milky Yellow sounds nice. Very similar to the Nixie. And let's try a long pull switch as well. Ooh. You know, I think it's maybe the FR4 plate, but I think if the whole board was long pull, this would be very, very nice. I think an order in which I liked most, which was, I did like this one here. I think this brought a lot of balance to the keyboard. I'm gonna go these three were my favorite in this particular order. Those are my three top for this particular board. But nice, well-rounded modifiers. It's a nice feeling keyboard. It's very comfortable to type on. You get the added benefit of 2 USB pass-throughs. Only oddities, maybe installation with those Molex connectors. Again, not the biggest fan of Molex myself. You may take that into your purchasing decision, I guess, here, but it's a very nice keyboard for $235. I mean, I think this truthfully, this is a selling point, man. You don't really see this that often. Yeah, this would be an excellent work keyboard. No, they knocked it out of the park with this. It has this really, really cool sticker on the back that you're gonna get and get to put on if you really want, but yeah, the sticker is, I think, gonna be half the fun with this too. It's a classic sticker. Yeah, it's a really cool sticker. Bye, everybody. See ya.